Boilermakers. His brother obviously also played for the Boilermakers with him in the same backcourt. Now getting a chance to go against his old teammates.
Started 59 games. Dakota Matthias is going to inbound the basketball. Huge offensive night for Matthias last night.
And that's Auburn's press is basically a one-trick pony. They just want to steal the inbounds, and then they'll just pressure you full court. They don't usually trap in the backcourt. And I think their best weapon is going to be their speed and quickness against the size of Purdue.
Matthias tried to start where he left off last night, missed the three.
And you saw Horace Spencer trying to use his leverage, trying to get lower than Isaac Haas. Mount Haas, you might call him. He's just so big and strong in there. He's got good feet and footwork.
Mustafa Heron, no good. Each team has missed a three in the first less than a minute of play in this championship matchup. Swanigan kicks it out. Edwards drives. Vince, no. Swanigan tips. Haas.
Southern Indiana job.
He has been amping the strength of schedule for Auburn, and this won't hurt playing Purdue in the championship. Loves to challenge his Tigers. Haas works the right side, scores.
And Horace Spencer is meeting him and trying to get lower and push him out, and Auburn's going to try and come and double team him. What a beautiful little post move over that left shoulder.
Horace did pick up a foul that last time down. The foul call was
also holding. I believe Purdue got 10 yards. More of a tackle than a foul.
Move it on down the field. Brown, that's off. Festive Mayan uniform color tonight for Auburn, bringing the glow. Swat from behind. Spencer got Southern Illinois in 2003, 2004, went 25-5 and worked his way back to West Lafayette. On the end line,
the officiating changed, but so far, you know it's going to be a physical game, and they haven't called too many nickel and dimers. Both teams are trying to feel each other out, feel out the officiating, and right now they're letting this thing play a little bit, which I like.
Yeah, with a different disposition. Three on the way, and good. Auburn on the board with D'Angelo Purifoy.
Purifoy, immensely talented, as Auburn fans have waited and waited and waited. Last year was not cleared by the NCAA, so he redshirted. Boy, was it worth the wait.
Into Haas.
Didn't maker who, to a man, if you go to every member of the Purdue staff, who do you need to get going in order for this team to play up to its capability? They'll all say Vince Edwards.
You're right, Doug. The point about the whistles not coming out 3 or 4 different times. We've seen banging that either could have been shut down and has not been shut. Swanigan dribbles it up to Edwards. Rolls down. Matthias top. Haas posting up. Now he gets it fed to him against Laron Smith. Haas missed his first look, got his second look.
Well, I'm surprised no double team has come, but if you don't double team him, he's gonna eat all day in there.
3 minutes, 4 points for Isaac Haas. Story of his offense, scoring on your per minute calculations at a fierce clip. Ronnie Johnson found himself a little space, missed the shot. In again to Haas, kicks it up to Matthias. Rotate it to P.J. Thompson, Tres Puntos.
You have to make teams pay, whether they double or they just help in the lane.
Purifoy twice now from long range. He's got both Auburn baskets.
And both baskets have been rise and fire off of his left hand, just jumping up and knocking down a jump shot.
That 4th championship at the Cancun Challenge, if Purdue can get it tonight. That's in 9 years now. It's the 9th year, and 4 of those, if Purdue gets it, will have been claimed by the Big Ten. Jumper on the way, no good. Rebound, offensive. Should be 1 on Haas and 1 on Swanigan. And that's right.
Yep.
whip the pass through the pressure. Smotherman has it in the forecourt. Isaac Haas is checked out. Basil Smotherman is on the floor.
You see Auburn now trying to front.
4 subs have been used already by Auburn. A couple by Purdue, Edwards and Smotherman. Carson Edwards, who's on the floor right now for the Boilermakers. Purifoy, this time not going to be good.
Made the first 2, but that was not a good shot.
Ill-fated from the release. Carson Edwards, who took a knee to the hip last night, gets it inside with Swanigan, who scores. Carson Edwards was limping around post-game, but he's looking all right tonight after getting banged up late in the semifinal. Baseline reverse convert. TJ Dunnins.
TJ Dunnins was really good in the first half. Got himself a little bit in the doghouse in the second half last night, but he is an incredible athlete who has the ability here, as you see, to lead the fast break like a point forward.
TJ Thompson, quick trigger, taken off by Dunnins, who couldn't roll it home. Purdue pushing the pace. Thompson finishes.
P.J. Thompson, who smartly took an open 3, and then he attacked the freshman Harper defensively. This is one of the few games in which P.J. Thompson will not be at a distinct size disadvantage at the point guard spot.
Kick out corner, and good. Purifoy talking to the Purdue bench. Freshman from Centerville, Alabama. D'Angelo Purifoy. Now the corner. Thompson, good on the 3. 8 points for P.J. Thompson of Purdue's 14. Lang. P.J. Lang missed the try. Quick and good. Carson Edwards, offense microwaving for Purdue. Now up by 3, 16-13. Under 13 minutes to go, first half championship game, the Cancun Challenge. 3 Boilermakers waiting to check in, 1 tagger. Subs at the table. Harper scores it. Now 2. Purdue up by 1. Purdue not up by 1. 2+1 for Auburn ties us at 16. The Tigers just checked in Smith and McLemore. Pressure in the backcourt. Purdue runs through it. Carson Edwards fouled on his way to the...
You can see in transition, he can go get buckets.
.com. Second free throw. Works out. Purdue up 17-16. +1 as we near 12 minutes to go in the first portion of our championship. Shot.
To what college basketball has become. It's all been about that ball screen, but you set it to the baseline side and the rotations are really different.
Traveling call.
Wasn't being talked out of his call. That was the right one.
Pressure again on the inbound, all the way out to midcourt to Swanigan. Hand off to Carson Edwards. Edwards strokes and scores.
Carson Edwards is not shy, but not shy for a reason.
Justifiably.
He is a scoring guard.
Dunnins, Haas shuts him down. Swanigan rotates out. Jumper, open look, no good for Jared Harper. Purdue owning the glass. Good help, tipped away, deny defense. Haas can't get it. Harper just missed and now just made. Purdue has turned it over 5 times. They are out rebounding Auburn 9-3. Auburn in this game just down 1 point. Trying to stick with it early and make it a battle for the championship. Haas Tried the offensive glass. Again, Auburn fearless inside. Just going to go right at it.
Purdue, among others. UCLA's women are here, so Stanford. Great event, great setting.
Purdue brought the men's team and the women's team to the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya this year. Auburn coughed it up. Carson Edwards pushes it, finds Spike Albrecht. Blocking foul, Auburn.
Harper baited his way into a couple of calls to get his way last night. The right pass from Carson Edwards, and that was not a charge.
Ryan Klein.
Ryan Klein getting some minutes, previously suspended for Purdue. And a good shooter.
Stuck underneath, double team Klein and Haas. Ouch, Horace Spencer. That's 2 fouls. That's a tough call.
That's part of the new emphasis. That's part of the new emphasis of the officials.
Yeah.
Falling down while a ball comes from over the backboard is clearly a foul.
Athleticism and acrobatic maneuvers not encouraged. Foot on the line for Albrecht.
Well, Dakota Mathias was white hot, absolutely white hot for Purdue last night. Now with Ryan Klein back in, really interesting to see what Purdue does rotation-wise, whether or not Klein cuts substantially into his minutes.
3 up and good. There's Mustafa Heron. First bucket of the night. Feed Haas. And
Chris Porter was their star. Doc Robinson was their point guard. But Heron is as highly a touted player as has ever been signed on the Plains. The lefty from Connecticut is a scorer deluxe.
Dakota Mathias' first 14 games at Wesley Person on the youth and the productivity of the youth for Auburn. Heron missed. Haas grabbed it. 4 rebounds for Haas along with 4 points. Scored a couple early, did Isaac Haas. Hasn't seen much lately. He's on the low right blocks is Haas. Mathias open. And
he's given up almost 100 pounds to Haas. But between Smith and Purifoy and Heron, they're just surrounding Isaac Haas and kind of collectively trying to box him out.
Yeah, a lot of activity, a lot of traffic around Haas. 7-0 run for Auburn has them up by 3. Miss by Bryce Brown. Vince Edwards open for 3.
Nope.
Can't tie the game. Haas just too big right there.
He also took his time to gather. You know, Smith's kind of a pogo stick, tried to block the shot.
Mustafa Heron. Swanigan, good for 3.
And as college basketball has changed to be so three-point dependent, I think if you haven't seen Purdue over the past year and a half, you can't appreciate Caleb Swanigan and his skill shooting the basketball, how important it is for this team.
That bad miss turns into
Beautiful
a run
pass.
for Purdue. Great block by Mathias. P.J. Thompson scores timeout. Leading the way, leading scorer in the game is Danjel Purifoy with 11 for Auburn. 11 of Auburn's 23 by Purifoy. He's got the ball now, gives it away to Bryce Brown. Ronnie Johnson had it. Heron gets a McLemore screen. Over Haas. Swanigan clears. Rebounding force, Caleb Swanigan.
Well, if you can't score, you can't set up your press. You can't get to the free throw line and make free throws, you can't set up your press. And so with every missed shot, it's an additional win for Purdue. Bump him, and the officials just aren't letting them do it.
3rd foul for Anthony McLemore, and he's still in there. Sub coming to the bench. It's Laron Smith trying to get McLemore out of there with his 3. Thompson, Purifoy defended him, tipped that about. EMC.com. A lot of people moving to do here from the Cancun airport to the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya, just south of Playa del Carmen in Puerto Aventuras. Another Rangers clearing out the squatters. Auburn has it down 4. Into Laron Smith. Swanigan leans on him, and Smith, ball was being juggled, therefore no travel call as he regathered and scored.
That's a travel. They didn't. I guess it's only a travel they call it.
Yeah.
But that was a travel. Still smart move from Caleb Swanigan to not foul. Simply remain vertical, try to put a body on.
You mean if I just juggle it, I can run around about 10 or 12 steps?
Well, there is, in terms of gathering a basketball in transition, you can get an extra step that way, but not when you've already picked the basketball up.
That's Adams.
Thought he moved his left foot. I stand corrected. He did juggle the ball, but he didn't move his left foot while juggling the ball.
It's nice director work by Martin Tarr and our camera crew. Thanks to Marty and our producer Andy Bach, our entire crew down here for 4 games on television as part of the Cancun Challenge. Appreciate the hard work, the good work by our multinational crew. Tip that roll. And what do you want to go into halftime feeling, doing, or seeing mathematically?
Well, you don't want to give up a layup to Caleb Swanigan on time. Goaltend is called. That's the first bucket they've given up, and now you give up an additional bucket. Carson Edwards with a run through.
Carson Edwards had trouble from TJ Dunnins after the steal. Good effort by Dunnins to make that a tough shot, and he denies the breakaway bucket. So if you're down by 4 right now, go to the locker room with that. You can have some pretty good talks if you're Auburn, right, against this Auburn team, or this Purdue team who's out rebounding the Tigers. 17-8, now 17-9.
Let's get the ball inside. It is a contrast in the battle of styles.
Auburn has committed 6 fouls, Purdue 5, with 5 minutes to go in the first half. So Auburn has not had to go to desperation fouling down low. They've just been pestering the bigs of Purdue and avoiding a huge pile of fouls. Heron pesters Haas into a turnover. Purifoy. Purifoy over Smotherman, too short.
That ball was going up before he ever even caught it.
Thought it was his time. Carson Edwards, yes.
There are scouts that don't love Carson Edwards at this level because of his propensity to take quick shots. But they award championships to teams that score more points than the other. And he can score points, and that's needed for Purdue on that perimeter.
Laron Smith into the belly of the beast, right over Isaac Haas for 2. Purdue up 5. Dakota Mathias, yes. Look at the threes waving in the Purdue crowd. They brought the number Trace with them in force from West Lafayette, celebrating the long connection from Mathias. Jared Harper steps back, drives through, and overcorrected to get around Haas. Quick Carson Edwards, Mathias to Thompson. Look out. The threes wave again in the Purdue crowd. That is the 7th three-point conversion of the night for the Boilermakers. 7 of 12 from deep. Foul, but Dakota hasn't noticed much difference. Flatten out the surface.
You can have no excuses. If you have a home gym.
Career high for Dakota Mathias, 26 for Isaac Haas last night. Also a career high. Spike Albrecht handles it. With a field goal count, they've shot an equal number of shots, but Purdue has made 6 more. Carson Edwards leans and scores. TJ Lang a little dinged up when he went to the floor. He's going to grit through it and go set a screen. Mustafa Heron. Nice interior pass and flush for Anthony McLemore. McLemore got up on the rim. guarding Haas now. Edwards tries to put it into Haas, deflected by Dunnins. Dunnins then drops down, doubles up, and steals it. Mustafa Heron, yep.
As good as Isaac Haas looked last night, now he has shown some of his flaws. Auburn is going to double, but only on the bounce. And they're coming in hard to dig that basketball out. They're keeping him just far enough off the block.
Edwards passes on the dump in to Haas, shoots it and misses.
And there's the flaw of Carson Edwards. As good a shooter as he is, you got to get a touch inside before you uncork that jump shot.
Heron drops it to McLemore, scores through contact from Isaac Haas. Timeout, Matt Painter. Auburn, what do they want?
He's giving up a good 4 inches at least, probably actually more on the lines of 6 inches to Isaac Haas, but using that leverage, just trying to keep him out of the lane.
Albrecht, circus shot, no good, and then he fouls Mustafa Heron. Out of Bruce Pearl. Heron's first, he's got a bunch of fresh faces at Auburn. Heron, one of them, he's got 8 points now after those 2 free throws. Heron and Purifoy have scored in double figures every game so far as freshmen, and one of them's already there. Purifoy with 13, Heron has 8.
Spike Albrecht checked into the game and he came off a high ball screen and forced a shot, and then he fouled, which gives up a couple of points. To have one NCAA tournament game on the basketball front.
Haas left and Vince Edwards checked in. Caleb Swanigan missed the free throw, not earning the back half of the 1-and-1.
Missed free throws really hurt them against Georgia State. Purdue fans remember they had a 20-0 run to help beat Georgia State.
Carving through and then flying all alone to the rim, Jared Harper. Under 1 minute to go first half. Auburn back within 1. Swanigan right side, doubled, kicks out. Nine seconds to shoot. And from the backside, it's Lang.
Can score in the low post and do the same. Draymond, you can see on that play the answer to this point is no for Swanigan.
Spike Albrecht, second foul, and TJ Lang cashes in the free throws.
Very savvy player, but that's a flop. He didn't get away with it earlier. He did on that play.
Thompson intercepts the long inbound pass. He's fouled.
You're the primary defender. The problem is you got away with a flop on the other
throws. Their opponents had only attempted 57, and he missed them both. Purdue grabs the offensive board. Auburn flipping the script from the free throw line tonight, but they can't corral the second miss. And they give Purdue a last possession of the first half. Auburn leads by 1. Carson Edwards, good for 3 before the halftime buzzer. 11 on freebies for Auburn. 9-point differential at the free throw line in favor of Auburn, and they're within 2 points of Purdue. Into the second half we go. Purdue has first possession. Matthias missed on the 3. Rebound grabbed by Heron for Auburn.
Bryce Brown is also a sniper. Last night he got it going with two quick early open threes. He hunts jump shots. When he gets it going, he can go in a hurry.
Purifoy, who started hot, starts the second half hot. 3.
Well, remember, they got the matchup they want. Purifoy, who's kind of a 3-4 hybrid, being guarded by Isaac Haas, and it's hard to ask a 7'2" player to guard Purifoy out in the perimeter.
Swanigan works underneath and scores.
On the other hand, Purifoy is at times plays zero defense. Swanigan knows it, went right at him.
Another 3 on the way. That's missed by Bryce Brown. Rebounding tilted heavily toward Purdue so far. 21-14. The advantage. Haas rolled out. Haas again, fouled. Haas very good at the line last night. 8 of 11 the number. Haas missed the second. Brown goes deeper and missed again. A couple of 3 tries for Brown have been off the mark. Thompson, flat-footed board for Haas. He's fouled. Back to the free
team that had done a pretty good job of staying out.
That free throw rattles out. Purdue adds a point on that trip, up by 3. Dunnins deflects first foul. 2 committed now in the second half by Auburn, none by Purdue. Purifoy. Haas boxes out, flat-footed board. 7 feet 2 inches tall. He still rebounded that about 9.5 feet off the floor when he reached up. Swanigan, yep, for 3. Ninth 3 of the night for Purdue. 9 of 17, shooting 53% from out there. Dunnins no good. Another rebound to Purdue. Auburn wanted the 5-second call. Bruce Pearl shakes it off, claps his hands for some defense.
Difference in the first and the second half.
D'Angelo Purifoy, second foul. 4th foul now in just over 3 minutes for Auburn. And this time it's
in a charge or 3 seconds more than they are swarming him. And the only thing Isaac Haas is not doing tonight, which I would have thought he'd do a little better job of, catching and taking a look at where the help is coming from.
Second foul, Haas. He's been charged with 7 turnovers, the pestering defense of Auburn. Underneath, and good, tough finish, Mustafa Heron. Dunnins the assist.
Against Mustafa Heron.
Jared Harper pressured the previous inbound. It stayed with Purdue. Leading by 4, Boilermakers on offense.
Hey, everybody I know has gone to the Great Alaska Shootout. Loved it.
Great event.
That does not mean that next year I want to snowshoe, but they do snowshoe.
He checks out. Haas is also out along the sideline. P.J. Thompson is in there. Also Basil Smotherman, Swanigan, Edwards, and Thompson. The mix on the floor right now.
What a
Both
smart
Edwards.
play. Oh, you got everything but the make. Dollar move, nickel finish.
Dunnins Heron with Harper, Smith, and Purifoy. 5 on the floor for Auburn. Foul is going to be
for the Boilermakers, transferring to Houston. And then after playing last year in Houston, decided as a graduate transfer he wanted to move again.
There's that big on the ball. Boom! Purifoy. Dunnins put it up. Purifoy threw it down. 2-point game. You talked about it last night, Doug. The big on the ball. Laron Smith deflected that inbounds pass from Purdue, forced the turnover. Turns into points. Corner, good again. Carson Edwards, 17 points, his 4th 3 of the championship game.
He is a fearless shooter.
13 minutes, 17 points for Carson Edwards. That's scoring at an Isaac Haas-like clip. Purifoy goes again.
That's a bad shot.
P.J. Thompson. And Johnson went up.
Try and face guard every inbounds pass. They used that on the sideline and underneath out of bounds, and that helped trigger that alley-oop.
Auburn down by 5. Dunnins pushes his way inside and makes a great dish, dropping it off for Laron Smith.
Well, Dunnins has done a solid job 2 times in a row at using that ball screen, driving at Biggie Swanigan, and using Swanigan's size against him.
3 up and good. Vince Edwards.
That's a huge bucket for Edwards. I've personally been struggling a little bit. Did hit a 3 late last night when the game was already pretty much decided.
Underneath. Ronnie Johnson missed it, and Purdue takes it. Now a runaway. Johnson, a little easier try this time, finishes. Horace Spencer is waiting to check in. He's been limited with 3 fouls, but Spencer will check in on the next dead ball. 4-point game. Purdue leads and possesses. Edwards navigates through defense. Nobody stopped him. Outside and inside for Vince Edwards.
Well, somebody woke up Vince Edwards. He decided to play here. That 3 has gotten him going.
All 5 of his points coming in the last couple of possessions. Spike Albrecht now sits aside Horace Spencer at the sub table. Smotherman.
How about the play of Vince Edwards? Gets the steal after hitting the 3 and getting the bucket. Vince Edwards single-handedly giving Purdue this 8-point lead.
Boilermakers fans here in the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya coming to life. Shot and miss. Brown, Johnson, Lang, Purifoy, and Spencer on the floor for Auburn. Dump it inside. It's going the other way. 4th Big Ten champion.
And of course, Maryland went on to the Sweet 16 last year. And they won by 23, but they're up 40. That's a turnover.
Carson gave the official a look and said, "Got my knee." Auburn's Bryce Brown dribbling. Spike Albrecht has defense out on Purifoy. No.
See, Purifoy hit those 3s in the first half. It was a little bit of fool's gold.
5 free throws in the first half. They have Carson Edwards, 1-1, earns them both.
We mentioned that he played with De'Aaron Fox, point guard for Kentucky and AAU basketball. And he has fully bought in to what the Purdue coaches have asked of him. Try and move the ball more than show us you're going to guard at the defensive end.
Mustafa Heron and Anthony McLemore wait to check in for Auburn. They're playing down by 10 in a traveling
tournament in Augusta, Georgia. I thought it was a turnover on his last possession, and that time was a travel. That should have been 2 turnovers in a row.
Caleb Swanigan
Beautiful.
dumps it down. The assist, the reverse jam. Vince Edwards. Purdue starting to invoke their will. Spencer dunks it, but the whistle all here in the second half. Underneath inbound, threw it away. Auburn couldn't get it in. Carson Edwards triggers to Basil Smotherman, and it's a dunk fest at the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya, all inclusive this Thanksgiving Eve. Dunnins into Smith. Foul. Purifoy goes. Angel Purifoy. Purifoy adds on his 6th free throw in 6 tries, 6 of 6 from the line, 20 points for D'Angelo Purifoy.
This is hard work for Spike Albrecht going against TJ Dunnins.
Harper picks it away. Dunnins, nope, way too much on it. Laron Smith had it, but Albrecht jumps in the passing lane. Smith trying to get it back in before he fell out of bounds. Desperation heave. Carson Edwards slices, scores. Purifoy doing a little
layup. Carson Edwards has picked up for Isaac Haas. Has really struggled to stay in the game, stay out of foul trouble. Give the Boilermakers that much needed offensive punch.
Up by 14, Purdue. Led by 2 points at halftime on a buzzer-beating 3. They were down by 1 to Auburn, went up by 2. Now they're running away. Matthias adds on. Second 3 of the night for Matthias, 6 points. Mustafa Heron. Ball knocked around to Vince Edwards. Vince Edwards open. Purdue raining threes, 13 threes in the game tonight. Auburn tries to answer. 13 of 22 on threes. Overall, 28 of 47, 59.6% from the floor.
But it's more than just percentage of threes. They're taking good shots. You know, Vince Edwards, that's a rhythm step in 3. Dakota Matthias' 3 off the P.J. Thompson kickout. That's a good shot. That is a great low post touch where they clear out all the help to the weak side so Caleb Swanigan can go one-on-one. This is an offensive team. It's a team who knows who they are, knows what their strength is. Catch and shoot jump shots and low post touches.
Swanigan scores. He has 14. Purifoy is blocked in the lane by Swanigan. Tossed it away.
Whereas
Purdue has it.
D'Angelo Purifoy, who didn't get a chance to play last year, it's his 5th game as a collegiate player, hit a couple jump shots early, but he's forced things.
Rebounding damage. Purdue 35, Auburn 18. Off on the free throw is Harper, and there's the double-double for Swanigan, his 4th double-double in the 5th game this season for Purdue. Floated up and in off the glass, P.J. Thompson.
Great play by P.J. Thompson. Caleb Swanigan was posting up. He could have fed Swanigan, but he used Swanigan posting up to create that lane for himself.
Dunnins high off the glass and in. First bucket in about 3.5 minutes for Auburn. For Purdue, impressive numbers. Carson Edwards has hit 7 of his 10 shots. Thompson 6 of 9. Vince Edwards 4 of 7. Caleb Swanigan 6 of 8. Short on the 3 tries. Jared Harper rebound and a finish. Heron. Both freshmen have scored double figures again for Auburn. Heron with 12, Purifoy with 20.
Oh, a block.
Carson Edwards swatted by Horace Spencer. Dunnins runs it out. Isaac Haas back on the floor after a long rest on the bench. Haas a bucket away from a double-double. He's got 8 points, 10 boards. Hooks, spins, and there is the double-double. Talking a little bit with Horace Spencer.
Horace Spencer played that perfectly. They knew that Isaac Haas, even though he can go over his right shoulder, likes to go left shoulder. There's not much you can do when he decides he's going to turn into you. Pants off Texas should have beaten Butler. And then odds surrounding Melo Tremble. Like, who's going to emerge with Indiana, who lost last night, to contend for a conference title?
Carson Edwards just checked out. He picked up his 4th foul. Edwards leads the game with 21 points. That's a team high for Purdue. Speaking of Big Ten headlines, how about Fort Wayne last night?
Yeah, the Mastodons getting Indiana to play an in-state road game.
Matthias deep for 3.
That's just good basketball. Inside out. Just like at his home gym, Dakota Matthias.
He hit
Splash.
6 threes last night. He's got 3 more tonight. 9 threes made on 13 tries by Dakota Matthias in this ballroom similar to his home gym. Dunnins just scored for Auburn. Under 4 minutes remaining in the championship. That trophy tilting, leaning, falling over toward the Purdue side. Purdue women will be featured on the floor for the women's portion of this event starting tomorrow. Vince Edwards celebrates his 5th three, or 5th bucket of the night, 3rd three of the night, 13 points. Purdue shooting 62% in the game, 33 made on 53 tries, and 63% on threes. Reverse, wow. Nice finish. TJ Dunnins.
And Dunnins missed a couple of those drives earlier in the second half, which hurt Auburn, but does a very good job of manipulating ball screens and then driving at the legs of the center, Isaac Haas.
Thompson tried to kick it, and Dunnins took it. Dunnins on Matthias. Goes over and missed it. Put back. Finished by Purifoy. Purdue milks down the shot clock with 6 to shoot. Matthias, another 3, and it's good. Dakota. Inside goes.
Well, the backcourt seems to be improved. Bringing in Karchup, they're well coached. Obviously, they suffered a torturous defeat in the first.
Auburn picked to finish 11th of 14 teams in the SEC. The top of that poll, Kentucky, Florida, Texas A&M. Auburn trying to open some eyes this year with their young roster. Important experience tonight for the young players of the Tigers. This will be used down the stretch of the season.
No question. I mean, look, the expectations are not super high for Auburn this year, but you want a growing experience for Purifoy, who started out hot, but has thrown up some bad shots.
Snap a pass.
Last night, he played really well tonight. In my second year of working with you and working with coaches from teams that are going to play in future fields that have asked me, and I swear to you, you got to come to this event. And as Purdue has benefited not just from their men's but women's team, and I run into so many Purdue and Auburn fans like, wow, I didn't even know this thing existed. This is great. Bring your kids or just bring your wife.
Yeah, family affair down here. Doug, we appreciate you making the trip. One of our officials tonight, Bill Eck, caught the flight down here from Chicago with Bill and his family. Amy, Kendra, Jaden, their kids, they all made the trip. As Klein banks a three-pointer. A great family experience at the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. Great team experience.
17 of 26. Purdue from three-point range.
65%. There's Bill Eck brought the family, calling some games, making some memories. TJ Dunnins.
Old Oaken bucket, this would be like the greatest week ever.
Purdue has New Jersey Institute of Technology on Saturday. A week from today, they play at Louisville, the Boilermakers. Dunnins floats for two.
Obviously, that'll be another challenge to their backcourt as Louisville want to press and pressure. We'll see how Louisville plays in the Bahamas.
Second highest point output of the season for Purdue tonight with 94. They had 109 points season opener against McNeese State. Eifert with a dime from Tommy Luce.
Tommy Luce with an assist last night and an assist tonight. Tommy Luce got to get a shot up.
Laron Smith.
Come on, somebody get my man Tommy Luce a shot.
14 seconds to get it done.
They're gonna dribble this one out. Classy group from Purdue.
On the floor out there too for Purdue is John McKeeman. He got into the game.